Conjuring Last Rites. Is that what it's called? I'm just going to have it up on my screen here. Yeah, The Conjuring Last Rites. Rites. So this is obviously the brand new film in the Conjuring universe. Patrick Wilson, Vera Farmiga, Mia Tomlinson. How do I know Mia Tomlinson? What was she in? Um, I recognize that name a lot. Mia Tomlinson. Was the one in she was the one in. Oh no, I don't know her. Sorry, my bad. I thought I'd seen her before, but I have not. Anyway, Conjuring. Basically, it's chronicling the last. I think it's like um, the final haunting that they investigated. This duo. Obviously, they are a real life duo, real life couple, but obviously, these films are not a documentary. So this one is about basically. I'm going to read what it says it's about. So it is paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren take on one last terrifying case involving mysterious entities they must confront. What did I think of this film? It feels fine. You know, it was nothing incredible. It wasn't that scary, if I'm honest with you. Um, and yeah, it was just fine. I have to say, in this film, there's a kind of a side plot of the daughter of this couple. She is getting married, and the guy wants to propose to her. All this kind of stuff. Actually found that part of the whole story a bit more interesting. Like the whole proposal scene was actually quite funny, quite cute. The guy, whoever the guy was, he was quite a good actor. And yeah, like I was kind of more interested in that. I was utterly not at all concerned about the family who was getting haunted that this investigation had to go and look at. I just was like, ah, it's just more of the same things falling down, just a classic horror film, really. Things falling off the wall, loud noises, something moving in the reflection of a mirror, all this stuff. Like, I don't know if I'm just a bit desensitized because I love the first Conjuring film. I think I liked the Annabelle film, the one that's set in Enfield in the UK. I used to live in Enfield in the UK. But yeah, I guess maybe I'm desensitized to it. I'm just like, it's kind of just the same thing every time. Things fall off the wall, and then it gets really loud and dramatic towards the end, and then they're okay. You know, the a part of me about films like this is like, I feel like, well, why is it It seems to always just be impossible for the family to move out of the house. Not saying that would have solved the issue. I'm just saying, like, they never seem to be able to just move out of the house. I really want to have a horror film, or like a haunted, like a Conjuring haunted film, where it's not scary, but like what I would want to happen in real life is I would want to be like, yo, this stuff happened, or this stuff's happening. Can we get the police, maybe like a fire brigade here, and some scientists, and just methodically work out what's happening in this house, and like everyone take it really seriously, wear their lab coats, walk around with like glasses and clipboards and sort of jotting down and writing it down, and like yeah, like none of the terror involved. You know what I mean? I kind of would want that horror film that's utterly not scary at all, just methodically and scientifically looking at the situation. um because I just don't actually find these films that scary. So it doesn't work as a horror film for me. I'm more just like, oh, it's just always a little bit frustrating that, firstly, no one in the real world seems to believe them. Secondly, they never seem to just be able to move out of the house. And thirdly, like, no one else ever seems to witness it. So it's like, yeah, I really want this haunting to be completely and utterly witnessed. Let's bring like a documentary crew in there. You know, I want to see it all in like a scientific way. But maybe that's just me. Maybe that would be the most boring horror film ever. But yeah, I guess there's just nothing groundbreaking happening here. There's so many wonderful horror films that if you're going to carry on with the Conjuring universe, this obviously made a lot of money. The Conjuring universe has made a lot of money. But if you want to continue, you've got films like Weapons to contend with. You know, Sinners is technically a horror film. These films are doing new things. Like, these are amazing films. I'm going to make a whole top 10 horror films of 2025 before Halloween, so that you can choose which one to watch for Halloween to be scared at. I love a good horror film, and yeah, for me, this just a tiny little bit the same, just a bit the same. The Exorcist was one of the first incredible, one of my favorite films actually, probably. The Shining, like, there's so many great films where you're sort of in a house where creepy, haunted sort of things are happening. And this one was very mid. And like I say, so many scenes, like family barbecue type scenes, which are kind of funny, exploring sort of family politics and like, will we let our daughter marry this guy? All this stuff was actually more interesting to me. I was more invested in that whole aspect. But yeah, maybe you guys loved it and you thought this is great addition to the Conjuring universe. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. Hit that like button, that subscribe button. There's a film on in the background you probably noticed. Let me know if you can sort of guess what it is. I know it's all blurry, but 10 points to the first person to be able to guess what film that is, just in the background. I like to play a film in the background that is one of the films that I think is actually really, really good. You might have either forgotten about this film, or maybe it's a film that that was on your radar, but you thought, oh, it doesn't look that good, but it actually was quite good. You know, this film is actually quite good. I only saw it for the first time recently, and I think it's great. But yeah,